Hey guys, welcome back to Tank Garage. My name is Frank and I'll be the man behind the camera. In today's video, like you guys all saw in the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be installing an S60R cluster inside of my 2006 Volvo XC70. Before the video starts, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any uploads from Tank Garage. Alrighty guys, so if you guys don't know us, we are Tank Garage. We like to modify Volvos and do pretty sweet projects. Our newest project on the channel is a 2006 XC70. We are currently transforming it into a proper XC70R. No, we're not only up-badging it, guys, we're actually doing a complete swap. We're starting with all of the aesthetic components. So we have started last week with some S60R door sills. We have done the airbag and the steering wheel as well. We also have done these Atacama styled A-pillars. We will get to this part right here very soon. And we have also did, which one of my favorite mods, the S60R headlights, which gives a V70R look to the front end. We're also going to change this part right here very soon. So yes, we are starting with the aesthetic first. The last interior piece, except the manual transmission, which is technically not only aesthetic, would be the cluster, because the cluster on the stock XC70 is not very good. It's pretty ugly, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, we want to make it better. So what I did is I actually purchased an S60R cluster from those area, and we are going to be swapping it today on the XC70. Super easy install, guys. You need two common hand tools. Very first one, sorry guys, oh god, very first tool that you will need is a ply tool, just like this. I got this plastic ply tool just so I don't scratch all around the original cluster. Next up, you will need a Torx 25 screwdriver, because there are 4 little screws that you need to remove to get access to the cluster and removing it. Then you have one connector in the back, which is pretty simple to remove. I would advise you guys to unplug the battery anytime you do electrical work on a Volvo, just in case you get a check, not a check engine light, but you know, sometimes there's ABS sensors and things like that. If you guys have watched our previous videos when we did the radio install, we actually forgot to unplug the battery on a previous XC70 we had, which was my girlfriend's. That's not on the channel anymore, guys. Update on that car, it is gonzo. But anyways, enough of me talking, let's get right to the install. So first off, what you guys want to do, oh my god, there's a lot of, let me lower this a little bit, guys. You guys are going to be very blinded. Okay, that's a bit better. So you see this little contour right here, you're going to use your pry tool to just go around. I usually like to start with the sides over here. You just want to get it in the back, and then very gently just wedge it around and pop the pins out. It should be super simple, guys. You shouldn't have to pull too hard on this. Make sure that you don't break anything, of course, because that is not the goal when you install something, right? So you can go around here and pop this side. We'll go over here and pop this side as well, just like that. It is a little hard, guys. Be scared, but don't be scared at the same time. You don't want to break anything, right? You don't want to break the clips of this as well. I know there's a clip at the top as well, so we'll just go ahead and loosen this side. That's good. There we go. So the top would definitely be an easier way to access it, guys. There we go. So we got one side removed. Then we'll just go all the way around the top over here just to take this side out, and it should technically come right out. There is, very careful guys, there is at the bottom, there is kind of like a glare protector right about here. So when you're gonna get to this part of removing that, you're just going to have to push it out. It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's very easy. I'm just gonna lower this and pull it out of the way. If I'm not mistaken, I'm just gonna go from the back here, guys. Sorry if I'm in the way. It is just a pull tab. Pull down or pull out. Let's see here. I don't want to break anything. I know on the S60R, it was very similar to this. There we go. There are little clips, okay? So you just want to push the clips back. There's 2 little clips. You just need to Actually, there's 3. I'm sorry for the correction. You don't want to break it. I do not want to break this. And I don't want to break my hand as well. Okay. This clips out. There's 1 clip left. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I'll put a little speed edit for you guys, so you don't have to watch through. I do not want to break anything, guys, because I have a tendency of ripping things off. Alright, so I've got my Torx 25 right here. There is 4 total screws that you need to remove. You do not need to torque down on these. This is literally just sit them properly. And I would advise you guys, if you have a metal bit, you know, those magnetic bits, it is a little easier to extract them. We're just going to try and get them out without them falling inside of the steering column. And then you should be able, once those are removed, you should be able to just pull the cluster back. Let's see if you guys can see here. There's 1 connector in the back right here. Press down and pull, and it should come, there it is. It should come right out. There we go. So now we have the old cluster out, and the next step that we're gonna do, guys, let's see if you guys see this a little better. The next step that we're gonna need to do is opening up this bad boy, and I will explain to you guys why once we get inside, so let's go and do that. Okay guys, so let's just see if I could bring this back a little bit so you guys can see me a little better. So we have both clusters inside. I hope you guys can see properly. There's not much light, but we have the S60R cluster right here. Oh yeah, you guys cannot see a lot. Give me a second, let's do something for you guys. Let's turn this down a little bit. Okay, it's gonna be a little hard to demonstrate it to you guys, but we have the S60R cluster right over here. Let me back it up a little bit. And then we have the OEM cluster, which is right here. You guys can see the difference in the colors. So the regular cluster is actually backlit. So we have the irregular cluster right here and the S60R cluster right here. The regular cluster is backlit, which means that the lighting that hits the gauges and the dials during the night comes from the back. On the S60R, it is a little bit different. As you guys can see, we have connectors for lighting from above. So we have all of these little lights that are coming from the top right here, and lights down onto the gauges, which looks amazing. But the issue with that is the XC70 in those years did not come with the program that recognizes lights on top. It recognizes the lights that come from the back. So what we will have to do is swap out everything, so all of the dials and gauges on the inside here, inside of the XC70 one, so we can have the backlighting that lights through all of the gauges, and we'll actually be able to see something at night. So to start off, let's zoom in for you guys a little bit less. So the way you want to do this, guys, it's simple, but you have to be careful not to break anything. We are going to start with the S60R one, which we will not need the casing, just so I can demonstrate it for you guys. You're gonna have in between the white little connectors here for the lights, you're gonna have little transparent tabs that you wanna push down on and push outwards towards the top. I like to use a ply tool or a screwdriver. Be careful not to scratch anything. Once you're on the inside though, you don't wanna have a screwdriver around. You wanna be extremely careful, guys, because it is so easy to damage the dials and things like that. So I'll try to do it with my hand because my ply tool is inside of the car, but we'll start with the bottom here for the glass. So just like that, we have 2 out, and now 3, and now 4. Okay, so the bottom section is out, just like that. Now we're gonna move on to the top. Should be equally easy. Make sure you don't have any on the sides here. Just push down and front, just like like that. Oops, I just clipped it back in. I thought I broke something there for a second. Kind of scared me, not gonna lie. Okay, that's good. I might have to use a screwdriver for that one. So at the end, it's definitely gonna become a little bit harder. I didn't want to dirty my hands, but I guess I have no choice. There we go. It is way easier with a screwdriver, I'll be honest. And then you should just be able to bring it out just like this. Is that one still connected? No, it's just stuck. So now we have the glass of the old one. Well, it's actually plastic, so not very, very important. And we have the dial just like this. We don't have access to everything just yet because there is another set of little tabs right here that we will need in order to remove the front assembly. So for the front assembly, it should be just as simple. Oops. You should just be able to lift these and pop them over. You don't want to pry on them too much, just to be safe. Let me just see here. I'm just gonna inspect this just to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, guys. I do not want to damage the old one. This one, it doesn't really matter if I damage it because I won't be using it, but the new one, I definitely do not want to. Let's see here. Let's see if I raise this one up a little bit and I pull. Is it? Okay. So there are tabs on the side right here, which I believe will be the same principle. Push down and pull. It is a little bit more complicated, guys. It's definitely not. This is not one of the easiest install we've done on the channel. I'll have to warn you guys about that. There's a lot of dirt and a lot of dust here, so if you guys don't like to get your hands dirty, this is not the way. Okay, so let's focus on getting these tabs out. We'll remove the top here, just like that, just like that, and just like that. So now the top, yeah, the top should be able to come out. We'll do the side right here, just like that. And then the bottom, which we just need to raise up a bit and push forward. Same thing for this side, same thing for that side. Okay, and now the final one, which would be this one right here, and the whole assembly should come loose. There we go. All right. It's just a way of finicking, guys. I would recommend you guys to just, honestly, just finagle with it a little bit before you start actually removing the connectors and everything. Oops, there's a cable right here. All right, there we go. So now we will have access to the cluster. I'm just going to lower this again for you guys and try to zoom in ever so slightly so you could see something. All right. So now that we're here, you're gonna have Phillips head screws holding down the dials. All right, so 1, 2, 1, 2. Every corner, pretty much, there should be 2 holding down the dials. So you want to loosen these up and you want to keep them to the side because you will need them. Let's find a Phillips head that is small enough. Is this gonna fit, or is this too big? All right, this one works fine. So you want to loosen it. Keep these to the side because you will definitely need them after. Just hold down the cluster. And don't torque on these as well, guys. Just make it sit. Make it sit properly. You don't have to torque. You shouldn't have to put too much pressure. But always make sure, guys, these are screws, right? And they're very, very tiny. So always make sure that you don't apply too much force on them. Turn very, very slightly so you don't strip them. Sorry, guys, if you don't see very much. It is not easy to record yourself while doing an install like this. But I'm trying to give you guys the easiest way of removing all of this because there's nowhere, I haven't found a single video on YouTube that properly describes how to open these cluster and remove everything. So, all right, uncut, unfinished, perfect, just like that, and just like that. So now that every single one of these are removed, I'm not gonna pan over because you guys, well, I hope you guys could see something like this. I'm actually gonna go wash my hands, and I will put the camera a little bit higher and face it down so you guys can see a little better on how the procedure that I'm going to be removing the dials, because that is something that's super important. I will take pictures. You need to put the dials back in the exact same place where they were when the cluster is turned off like this. So I'll be right back. All right, so this should be a little bit better of a view for you guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a picture of the cluster like this. And I'm also gonna take a picture of the other cluster. Well, this one I'll take it once everything is removed, but let's see if I could tell where all of the, so it's a little bit under the 0, a little bit under here. Actually, you guys know what? I'm gonna take individual pictures of the gauges up close, just so I can make sure to put them back in the exact same position. All right, perfect. Now for the needles, which is also a very important part. You don't want to mess up the motor because there is a motor in the back that turns these, right? Do not use pliers. Do not use a flathead screwdriver. Don't use anything but your bare hands. What you want to do, reach over, hold down the gauges like this, and just simply grab it. Try not to snap anything. And gently pull on them. It is a 17-year-old cluster. This was from a 2005, so it's a little bit older than that, but there we go. You just want to pull straight up. Be careful, guys. You don't want to break these. These are pretty much the only ones you'll get. So I will put this in order. So that was the first front one. There we go. I got the other one out, so that's the middle one. I'm trying not to scratch the backing. We will make sure to clean these. Don't use any type of products. It is a little hard to pry on, but you'll get through it, guys. Don't worry about it. You kind of have to use your nails to get under it and just pull straight up, or else it will do what this just did. Great. So this one was definitely a little bit weaker. I'll have to pull this back up and crazy glue it. Ooh, this one is really stuck. See, guys, this one came apart. Let's see if I could get the camera to focus on this. This one came apart. It's supposed to be like this, and this one is like this. So I will have to try and take it out. It's not an easy job, guys. It is not an easy job, and they're not meant to come off. Ooh, I just snapped my nail in half. Very nice. I don't want to use a screwdriver. I do not want to use a screwdriver to remove this. We might have to just... I don't want to use this as well to ply on, but while we're here, we'll just remove the other ones, right? Just like this. So we could see the beautiful dials, the beautiful S60R dials. Very simple. This is RPM. I can't really get mixed up with these. If I get mixed up, probably have an issue. I love how it was the last one that decided to not come off. Now I have to think of a plan on how to get this out. Because, is this pinned? Oh yeah, they're just pinned inside. Okay, I should be able to fix it pretty easily. Screwdriver, I don't want to do that. Because I know I'm going to scratch this if I use the screwdriver. And that is not the goal. What if I try to put it back in how it was? Okay, there we go. Now let's try again. There we go, got it. Okay. So if ever that happens to you guys, learn from my mistake. All you have to do is just push it back in very gently, and you will be able to remove it. So we won't need the old one, and now is the part where you need to be extremely careful, guys. The new one, I'm not gonna film it. It's the same process, guys. I will show you when I put the gauges back in, which are just sitting right here. but I'll go ahead and do this just so the video doesn't last like 35 minutes, which it probably will. But anyways, you guys can skip through if you don't want to see this part. I will get to removing this the same way that you remove the other one. Very, very simple. All right, guys, so everything is removed. I will show you guys, this is a first for me. I have done a couple of these clusters. This is my third cluster that I undo, and it is the very first time I see clips on the inside of the dial. So let's see if the camera will focus. Please focus, camera. If you guys could see right here, there are two little clips, one right here and one right here, that holds at the center of this. So for this part, let's see if it focuses, for the RPM and the speed, I don't know why, but they were clipped in the middle. So if you guys cannot just lift them up, it means there's clips. I had to use a flathead screwdriver. I had to break these clips, of course, because I don't really know how to remove them, and there's no videos online that explain you how to. I don't need these clips. Since on the S60R cluster, there are absolutely no clips in the back, just to show you guys a visual comparison difference. You guys see right here, 2 clips and no clips. So now that that is done, we can set that to the side. I've got the, let's see if I can zoom in right here. We've got this one right here, which we're gonna do together. So grab the screws, 2 screws on each. Again, you don't need to torque down on them. Just very gently push them down. Make sure you put both of them before you put actually some type of pressure on it, just to be safe that you don't warp the clip. But again, just a little bit. You don't have to torque on them. As soon as you feel resistance, you're fine. You don't have to go anymore. For these, there's a little bit of dust on them, so what I'm going to do is use a Scott towel or a Kleenex. Don't put any pressure, just pass it over, and you could blow on it. Make sure there's nothing left before you go ahead and place it down. Okay, line it up right here. Okay, that's good. All right, there we go. I didn't have it lined up properly. Don't freak out, guys, if it doesn't line up. You just lift it back and line it back up properly. I'll just have to clean these gauges as well. It would go better if I had pressured air, like a little compressor, just so I could blow all the dust away. But we'll have to do with this for now. And anyways, it's not very hard to remove. It's annoying to remove, but so just a little tight, not much. As soon as you feel resistance, let it go again. These don't need to be super tight. And now I'll just align it with the pins. Oops. There we go. It's a very gentle job, guys. You want to be slow. You want to take your time. There's no stress. If you guys want to skip through this part, we're just going to do the same thing for the other gauges. We have 2 gauges left. But make sure you stick around for the needle section, because that will probably be the most important part of the install. You do not want to mess up the needles. The needles are very sensitive, and as you guys saw, if you don't press them in properly, you can remove one part of the needle without the other. So just like that. Is it sitting properly? I feel like it is. Is it? Or is it not? Let's see here. There we go. Now it's sitting properly. Make sure they sit properly again, guys. Just like that. Oh, I took 2 screws from there. I was like, wait, why do I have extra screws? But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you're supposed to have 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, okay. Good. Pretty much all the hardware is the same, guys. Just the lighting that was a bit different on the R cluster. Okay, so now that you have this, whoops, I am so sorry, guys. And I've just realized that you guys were zoomed in on that instead of seeing everything. Nice, so I'll have to cut that part out. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, once that is all in, you want to use your phone. I have my phone right here. What? Come on, I want to see them all. I want you guys to be able to see them all. There we go. All right, I'm gonna grab my phone. I'm gonna grab the individual pictures that I took of the cluster. All right, so right here, right to left. Okay, so this needle goes about right here. So we'll do just a tad bit under, right about here. Let's see if that looks about right. I think you guys will be able to see the phone. Looks about right. Looks about right. Next up, the speed. Just ever so slightly underneath the 0. Looks about right. Just a bit more. Okay. I think that's about right. Is it? I think it's a little closer to it. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. Next up, the speedometer. It's ever so slightly under the 0, just like that. And then the temp gauge for the engine was right underneath, right about here. Okay, that looks about right. That looks about right. It is ever so slightly under the 0. Okay. RPM. Yep. And gas, which is pretty important. Yep. All right. So we've done it, guys. We've done it for this part. I'm going to cut it out, guys. It's the same way to put everything back. You want to put this little assembly back on. So line up this right here. And then it's just a pressing down to clip it. Just like that. Make sure all the clips are connected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So, boys, and I just realized there is a silver lining to these gauges that the old S60R doesn't have. Back in those days, the R did not have that. I'll show you guys right here. If you guys can see the difference, there is no silver lining here. There is silver lining around the cluster itself. So just like here, but there's no silver lining around that silver lining, and this looks proper, man. This looks really good. So now for the glass, make sure you don't touch the inside. It is kind of scratched up. Let's see here. I don't know if I could use Windex for that. Probably could. It's plastic. I don't think Windex would deter. This one is definitely more used, so I'll use this one. Same principle, guys. Grab, line up. Make sure that everything is lined up, of course, before you start pushing down. So you could start by the bottom, and then once you get to the top part, it should be very easy. Clips, 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 and clips. This is so satisfying, that sound. Oh my God, boys, look at that. Look at this cluster, man. Holy moly. That is proper. I can't wait to install that. And that is a success, boys. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy, guys, with this final result. This is pretty cool, guys. These are the moments when you build cars that get you so excited, man. Look at this. Look at that cluster. Please focus. This is the only thing to focus on, camera. Hello. There. No. Look at that. Oh my God, that looks amazing. So now we are done with all of this, guys. The next part will be to put everything away. We'll go back inside of the car and we'll install everything. The last part is the easiest part to install it. This was the hard part. So happy with the result. It looks really good. I'm just gonna clean the glass with some Windex. I'll look online actually to see if Windex is okay for plastic. I think it is. I've cleaned many things with Windex, but we've done it, guys. So let's see each other outside to install this. Okay, guys. So putting it back should be just as easy. Grab it right here. Flip it over. We're gonna grab the connector. Plug the connector in. Just like that. And then I'm gonna use my hands at the bottom and at the top to push it in and ever so slightly align it. So now that it's aligned, we're gonna grab the Torx. We're gonna grab our screws. And we're gonna put it back in. Again, you don't have to torque down on these, just enough so that it doesn't budge. This one is gonna be a little bit more complicated. I don't want to drop it. You definitely don't want to drop this inside of the steering column. A little bit more to the right. All right, there we go. Nice and snug. Just place this right here. All right, now let's do a little wiggle test. It is a little loose, but I think I'll have to just tighten this one a little bit more. Ever so slightly. Ah, there we go. Now it's nice and tight. We'll grab this piece right here again. We have to clip it from the bottom here first. From what I've seen when I took it out, I'll just align these clips. Where are these? One goes right here. Okay. The other one goes right about here. And this one all right. Just like that, and then make sure that all of these are aligned and gently press down. Oh my God, it looks so good. You guys see that shit? Oh my God. Wow, that is incredible, guys. Oh man, it makes me feel at home, boys. It makes me feel at home. So now let's just
Bluetooth connected.
okay. Whoops. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There's one little issue that I see, and that is the speedometer. Let's see something. Okay, yeah. So everything is good. The gas gauge is good. The only thing that I'll have to fix is the speedometer. I don't have to touch these. I will have to remove it again, guys. And I'll go fix it. The only thing that I didn't, I think, fix properly was the speedometer, because it is supposed to, let's see, it is supposed to hold under 0, and now it holds very low. All the other gauges are good. They seem like they're in the right place. The only one that doesn't seem in the right place is the speedometer. So I'll go ahead, I shouldn't have clipped all of this. I got a little too excited, guys. But yeah, I'll turn this off and I'll go and fix that real quick. It should take me like 2 minutes and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so everything is installed. There's one little detail that I need to still figure out why. The RPM is perfect, the gas gauge is perfect, and let's bring this up, give me a second. So the temp gauge is good, the RPM is good, and the gas gauge is good, but like you guys can see, the speed gauge, I do not know why, don't ask me why, is a little bit under of what it should be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my phone, put it on Google Maps so I can compare the speed that I'm going to the speed that the speedometer is showing. I've just placed the cluster back. I haven't tightened it down or anything, just in case I have to remove it and put it back, but I'll get on the road, do that, and hopefully we'll show you guys a final result after. So I think, yeah, right away we'll go to the final result. Enjoy. What an absolute gorgeous mod, guys. This is incredible. It makes me think of my S60R so much. So in the end, to give you guys, what happened was I forgot that when you lift up the needles, you have to place them back exactly where you want them to be before plugging it in. What I did was I placed them and I turned them to the space, which made everything out of sync. So what I did, I plugged it back in, I turned the car on, made sure to see where it was at, turned the car off, unplugged the cluster, took the glass back out, lifted the needle, and placed it back where I want it to be. And now I would tell you guys, it is the closest you can get to perfection. Let's see here. So the temp gauge is right where it's supposed to be. Let me give you guys a view from here. The RPM is right where it's supposed to be. The gas right here, and the gas gauge all the way to the end, just like it should be. So seamless install, guys, and the XC70R project is coming along very, very quick. We have some special 17-inch wheels. If you guys have watched the past few videos that are waiting for us in there, I just got tires for them as well, so the install should be coming very, very soon, as well as the Brembos that are coming to the XC70R. We'll make sure to take the badges off and properly put right here an R badge, because this will be a real XC70R, guys. Full complete swap like I promised you guys. We're starting with the aesthetics and we're finishing it off in style with the power mods. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any uploads from Tech Garage. See you guys.